Okay, I'll do slow-mo. So we're coming in. It's a video where it's not super clear, but it looks like everything's going pretty good. There might be some communication that could be a touch early. I'm going to go back here to your legs. You see how you have that bend in your leg? And you're in the saddle and your leg's moving, and then things start to get really, really weak. Right here, you start to gain your control back, and of course he falls down. But here, let me move that up.
Come on, Julie.
It's almost like you're being taken with him. You're not going with him, with your legs. So you have a good bend to your leg, but when I really look, your heel is gripping, your knee is doing its best it can at that position. And I guarantee you there's some distance between the saddle, the side of the horse, and your knee, because when you try to grip with your knee and your heel, it actually doesn't work. So you're not capable of using your stirrups as a balance mechanism, is what I'm saying. So just kind of watch here, and then it's kind of like bareback gripping.
Come on, Julia,
which actually, that's why I'm saying you would ride better bareback, because you would be able to grip without the saddle actually getting in your way. I'm not saying you'd stay on, but it'd probably be better.
Come on, Julia, go.
Okay, he slipped, so you're excused to have an issue here. However, right here, it's like we're still, not only has he slipped and you're out of kilter, but you're also out of balance because you can't get balance. Not because you're riding shitty, but because the saddle won't let you ride right. So then here we're kind of heels down, heels gripping. You see how your back is kind of flat. It's probably somewhat dished out. You got to sway in your back, girl, because you're just trying to get over your legs and balance, and you can't get there. So then you just bend your knees and put your toes down. Your toes are actually up right there. Things are going good right here. But here's what happens, though, when we put our toes up or down, especially down, to grip the side of the horse to prevent ourselves from falling off. We dig our spurs in their side. And those spurs are there to tell the horse what to do as far as making a direction change and doing it quick. They shouldn't be there for like a rough stock rider who's going to dig them in to antagonize the horse, to make the horse buck harder, and of course to give him like some more stability to a degree. I mean, honestly, even the rough stock rider isn't really using his spurs for stability. That was incorrect. He's using his spurs as an antagonistic method. I mean, that's why his legs keep moving. I'm drinking coffee. All right, this is where things get really bad. Your back end is all the way to the back of the saddle. You're in the chair position. So you have no capability to go with your horse. You see how your body is trying to get forward, but your butt is stuck into the back of the saddle. Your legs are stuck out in front of you. So in order to go forward with the horse, I mean, it's so clear here, you're having to use both the saddle horn and the horse's face to keep from flying out the back. So what that's going to do is, that's a lot. You know, the horse's face is supposed to be used as a direction. Like, hey, buddy, we're going to go here. It's not supposed to be an oh shit handle to keep us on. So it hurts and it sucks. And he's going to pick his head up and get it really high and look at his back end and his front end. I mean, you know what? Let's just go ahead and screenshot that. You have got to get a different saddle because this isn't how you ride. Okay, here, now you're moving your hip forward. You know, it's getting pulled forward. And you're way back here, and you see how your head is like stuck down in between your shoulders? You're trying to keep your neck from getting whiplashed because you are out of balance you're being pulled where you're trying to go forward. You're being pulled back where you're trying to get forward. And your legs are being pulled forward so that they cannot go underneath you so that you can push yourself forward without using the horse's face or even the horn. I mean, I use the horn just because there's a lot of power there, but if I have to use the horse's face, there's a bigger problem. We're still on his face. He's trying to leave that barrel. He should have his head down, blasting out of that barrel like a horse out of the gates at a racetrack, and he can't. I mean, I don't know if your reins are too long. I don't think they are. The reason why the reins look so long is because your horse's head has been pulled back to being into the saddle with you just about. So the reins look too long. If his head were allowed to be forward, they might even feel too short, or just perfectly long enough. Yeah, there we go. You see how the reins are the perfect length when the horse is allowed to move forward? But here, the reins get really long because his head's being pulled back into the saddle with you. And if you can see your legs, you're unable to get them underneath your body to leap forward. If you were riding a jumping horse and he's about to jump and you were in a jumping saddle in this position, you would not make it over the jump with the horse. And here we go. I mean, just even right there, it's like you're almost sitting way up top without any balance. There's no connection through your leg. Your leg is pulled forward and your body is just kind of along for the ride. And that's what set you up here. Everything got really flat. You're unable to communicate to this horse. I mean, you're having to use the reins to stay on, and it's flattening them out. I mean, that hit barrel started right there. That is where the third barrel that got hit started. The horse has had enough. He's like, I'm trying to do my job, but my God, my brain is just over it and my mouth hurts. I can't do this. And then here we're getting our body pushed out to the right from the turn, and because we don't have a leg there to balance us, to prevent us from falling over.